What is up, beautiful people? This episode of the podcast is brought to you by Auto Skin Detail. Give them a follow on Instagram, like a couple pictures, show them some love. This podcast is also brought to you by Cinder, fulfilling all of your cannabis needs in Spokane. Visit them at cindersmoke.com and order your buds before you get to the store. Let's go! I'm just happy to be here. What is up, beautiful people of the world? My name is ExZac Change, and I'm happy to be here today with my guest, Rob Wentz. We did it the first time. We didn't. You're not going to hear that. This one was better.
Bam. This was better. It's always better the second time.
God, I don't know. Is that true?
I just like to say it. I have to say a lot of stuff that's not true. So.
But if you say it with confidence, people believe you.
I feel like confidence is honestly like more than half to life. You know what I mean?
It's very deceiving.
Yeah.
Because someone could just like, so my roommate, that's how my roommate is, man. He'll like, someone will, he'll see a problem that needs to be solved, like a question. Like people are in the room and they don't know what the answer to the question is.
Right.
And he doesn't know the answer either, but he will just throw out the turkey, dude, turkey. And then we're all just like, oh yeah,
sure it's turkey?
No, we're just like, oh, turkey, yeah. And then you just got to find out later when you're talking to someone else, you're like, turkey, dude. And he's like, dude. Google it, you're just like, how'd you deceive me?
How'd you do it? Well, that's the thing. I say shit. That's a lot of like what I do. I'll just say things, and I just feel like they're true. You know what I mean? Like it feels true to me. And honestly, truth is a lot about perspective. So I don't know.
It's all. You're going with your gut. Isn't that what they tell us to do?
It is. I make gutsy calls. I've been known as a guy that makes some gutsy calls. Like when I'm playing you in Madden, it might be 4th and 14, but buddy. You don't punt in Madden.
Are you a big sports guy?
Oh, love sports.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
I know. I don't look like, you said they're like, really? It doesn't, I would not look like a sports guy, but son, don't catch me on a basketball court in a bad day. These feelers will rock you. Right?
The
don't
feelers.
fucking around with these things.
Do we know what FILA stands for? I can't remember if it has a meaning or if that was just a cool
good, baby. That's what I would say.
Oh, FILA's back in the day.
FILA's, dude.
Dude, you get them. People would have those like windbreaker jackets. those FILA's, dude. Oh my god.
You gotta be feeling good if you're wearing FILA's and a windbreaker jacket. Like you're vibing real hard right there.
I remember when windbreaker. How old are you?
I'm gonna say 23.
Okay, how old are you?
I am 23.
Okay.
I am.
So I'm 33.
Okay, solid.
So when I was a kid, dude, people used to really wear like those big, like. Sports jackets like Lakers jackets and like Hornets jackets.
They were like
the
Leatherman,
big color ones and like and like the leather shit too. Like the shit that crackheads wear now.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, I saw a guy on Sprague earlier. That motherfucker was rocking the Kobe. Yeah.
So are you from Spokane or?
No, well actually I was living in New Orleans from like 6 to like 12, 6 to 13. I saw the Saints win the Super Bowl and also play in 2006, like right after Katrina and shit.
Whoa.
Dude, the Saints are my team, bro. Yeah. New Orleans, I would say like, if you ask me now where I'm from, like I would say like the Pacific Northwest. Like I went to high school in Stamford.
Because that's where you've been.
Yeah.
Like the majority of your like
that's where
learning
like I grew
years.
Up. Yeah. Like you don't know shit before. Are you a human before you're 12? Like I don't know.
I don't know. Did the Saints win the Super Bowl?
Goddamn right. Looks like you are a human before you're 12, 100%, dude. That's
fuck, man. So, why did you move up here? Was it family or?
Dude, the hurricanes have just been rocking that area for a minute. So, like, we bailed out in like 2010 after the Saints won the Super Bowl.
Of course, of course.
Shortly after that, we bailed out, and we were vacationing up here for a few years before that, like a couple of weeks in the summer, and then we just like decided to move. Like one day. We just like were here, and my parents like 10 days later were like, the school here is pretty good.
You're like, this place. I mean, when you come up here, you're like, this place is fucking amazing.
It is nice, but I was like, no.
You're like, dude, this is where we live. It's the humidity and shit down there? I'm sure it's way different.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, and we think it's hot up here.
Yeah, but it's still hot up here. It's just like a dry heat.
It's like a breathable heat.
Yeah,
you're like, I can still.
You don't smell everybody's asshole all the time. Like
so down there, it's like that.
Like
It's
it
just-
can get rowdy.
You're
a
feeling
little bit.
people's like energy is sticking to you.
Yeah, well, you stick to yourself, so it's, you know what I mean. Like every time you lift your arm up, it's like taking your, you know, when you take your arm off a leather seat.
Yep.
Yeah.
All the time. Just your own clothes.
Yeah, your balls are gonna fucking stick, dude. It's not fun.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, it's not fun.
So did your
fun.
parents listen to like a lot of like Wheezy F Baby?
Oh, I listen to some Wheezy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just put it this way. My dad's an Elvis man.
Oh shit.
You know what I mean? Chuck Berry.
Yeah. Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, great
Yeah.
music, but not
solid. But
not in the realm of.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I listen to that. And like, you know, whatever. A couple New Orleans rappers like Birdman.
Yeah.
Just chilling here.
Dude, man.
Also, a lot of jazz though.
What?
Jazz.
Oh, okay. So, like, did you go to see like jazz when you were a kid? Like anything live or anything?
No, my dad
or?
played a lot of jazz. He played the trumpet, and then
Really?
he would, like always play jazz, like Louis Armstrong, all that type of shit.
That is sick, dude.
Yeah, and like
There's something just overly sexy about brass instruments,
really is. They're kind of like just a smooth.
especially
sound.
like a saxophone, man. Like little Lisa Simpson.
Dude, I've always wanted to play saxophone.
Me fucking too. But then I like look at the price of a saxophone. I'm like, well, I'll try to, guitar.
I
Is
was
there
like,
something
harmonica's
else?
similar.
Harmonicas.
I kill a harmonica, and I can eat pussy like a son of a bitch. Like, that must relate. You know, I'm just saying.
That correlates. That's,
Yeah,
those are
100%.
related.
Oh yes, for sure. I can play an E note.
So what did you?
Whatever.
You came up here young. Were you like into comedy? Like, because you're a comedian.
100%. Yes.
Tell the people what you're into, what you do.
Yeah. I do comedy. Yeah.
That's it.
No, I do comedy. That's pretty. I mean, artistically, that's the only thing noteworthy. You know, I also bartend at some places, or used to bartend at some places. Work with Flamin' Joe's. If you need some wings, they're overpriced and small, but go. And shit, just did like, you know, bartending, and I just got into comedy because I like, as a kid, I was always funny. So then like
You kind of like leaned into that. You're like. You're like, oh man, I never thought it was an option.
Right. Well, you know, I saw Bill Burr on TV one day.
Really?
And I was like, yeah, he's ugly and has red hair. Like, I could probably do this. You know what I mean? And then I saw, like, you know, it just feels like it's not that hard to fucking. It's hard, but it's also like you just fail at first for a while and then you get better.
I feel like that's the hardest part for people to like get over is that initial like I gotta get up there and then suck and then
Right.
like I know I'm gonna suck. Like even if I practice, I'm gonna suck.
Dude, the first time I did comedy, I'll tell you this. The first time I did comedy, I was taking care of my grandparents, and I was 20. And I had to go 21 to be in this place, but I had a fake ID. So I went in, I took a taxi cab from my grandparents' house in Glen Burnie, Maryland, to Baltimore, down into like the Inner Harbor at this place called the Sidebar. Sidebar open mic was still running as of whenever this shit started happening.
It's still going.
You know, yeah.
Wow.
So hopefully, and I went there, and I fucking ate a bag of dicks. Just sucked. Just was awful.
So what does that feel like?
It feels like, have you ever like?
Because you have to kind of finish it, right? Like you
Oh,
can't
you
just like
can't
run
just-
away.
Yeah, I mean you can if you like.
You can't just retreat like mid, like I'm scared, and
Yeah,
just
you're
like
Shit,
run.
I didn't mean to do this. No, especially when you're down there and like you just are like I was wearing a puffy ass like parka, like I just didn't have a lot of other clothes, so I just wore the warmest thing I could because it was like February. It was cold, but not. I need a fucking parka, dude.
Yeah,
so I looked weird, and like I just started like 100% looked weird, and then I didn't really know how to tell jokes. I didn't write jokes really before I came up. I just wrote topics I wanted to talk about.
Oh, and you'd kind of freestyle.
Yeah, but except for like when you write down topics you want to talk about, like one of like you see comics who are really good, right? And you're like, I want to talk about the stuff that guy talks about, and then you do that, and you're like, he's really good at comedy though. All I said was like, church, huh? Jesus. What about that guy? You know what I mean? That's not a joke.
Yeah.
That's just you eating a bag of dicks for like 4 minutes.
It's trying. I feel like it's trying to figure out how to be funny outside of just, you know. It's weird when you're funny. You make what I don't know what that's called. A situational humor when you're just like with people and you kind of just you riff off of other people's shit and you know and make people laugh that way, and then needing to be. You know, you go up there and you have to.
I feel like it's a lot. I mean, you have to write shit out. You know what I mean? And you think about something that's funny, and then you like write it down.
So was that like the first thing? Like after that show was.
Yeah, after that, I was like, okay, I should probably like
write this shit, like go
like
further.
Figure out something to talk about. Like not just go up there and then look at the room and say things because that's not gonna work.
Because I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I'm a rapper, and just doing comedy seems terrifying.
Yeah,
it seems really scary. I'm sure the comedian would say rapping sounds
like rapping
terrifying.
I could never rap. Like I don't think so.
Yeah,
I could think of words that rhyme, but they wouldn't make sense. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like those two words would rhyme. And you'd be like, all right, like, okay. You know someone else?
Or you're like, I can't think of enough words to rhyme to like actually do a song. Like,
yeah, or any kind of I would just be like shark, bark, fart, maybe. You know what I mean? Like,
it would just be comedy.
Yeah, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work at all. So.
And that's kind of how I feel too, man. I feel that same way as far as being like. I feel like I could be funny, and then I feel like I would go up there and people would look at me and they would just be like, because I mean, there's kind of an expectation. It's weird, like, be funny. You know, and people come up to tell me a joke.
Well, that's the thing, especially when you're not like, when you're just chilling and like hanging out.
Oh, you're a comedian.
You know, that's why sometimes I'll be like, what do you do? And I'm like, lots of stuff, man. Depends on the time. Like, I'll tell them I paint. Because no one's asking you to paint. You know what I mean?
Paint right now.
Yeah, I know about like, some painters. I could be like, yeah, man, Picasso. More of a Picasso guy. That usually ends the conversation.
It's just done. They're like, that's the only guy I know.
Yeah, like I do Picasso. I do shapes, and I make them look kind of like people.
It's crazy because it's like, I feel like, I don't know if anybody else can think of any, but besides comedy and like music or rapping, I don't think there's anything else that people are like, oh, do it now.
Yeah, it's so it's like if you were a plumber, they wouldn't be like, lay pipe. Just right now, go out. I want to fucking inlay pipe.
Redo my house.
Yeah, toilet.
Or
What's
even the
that
painting
about?
thing. It's like if you're like you're painting, like they're like, oh, do you have anything online? They're not like paint. I have canvas. Paint my wall.
Now,
like you would hire them,
right?
Like a normal fucking person.
That's what painters do. Yeah.
I guess they don't. You know, maybe it's like rapping and comedy aren't those things that people take serious enough to like book you for.
It's
they're
not
like
physical.
They do it.
It's not physical.
But it is.
No. But I mean, they can't hold it.
Okay, that's
what I meant.
That's like the finished product.
It's not. But it is a finished product.
But they don't get it.
But they don't understand it. Like they don't like. Like when you buy stuff, I feel like especially like you have like an expectation that like I have this in my hands. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like I'm taking it home. I own it now.
Yeah, like that's why DVDs, right? You could sell DVDs if you were like a really good comedian or an
CDs.
Album,
yep.
CDs. Yeah, CDs would make more sense. Yeah, DVDs are expensive. You have to film yourself.
Well, I mean, even both though. It's just I mean, I think, dude, that would be so expensive. I feel like trying to be like a comedian out here, like selling like DVDs out the trunk. That just seems crazy.
It'd be hard, dude. But I feel like shirts. If I had a witty shirt, maybe or something.
So what is the way like?
I think that's how most people make money, right? Merch.
To make money, so they do merch. So it's pretty much all about the shows. I'm guessing.
Yeah, I just book a lot of shows. I feel like would be that's really the thing to do.
Because I mean, one of my favorite comedians right now is fucking Andrew Schultz.
Dude, yeah, he's killing it.
And he was killing it like back whatever he got on the Rogan podcast. Like the first time I was. Maybe a year ago, 2 years ago.
That was the first time I saw him.
And I was just like, who's this guy? Like, this guy's funny. And then everything that he's done recently, though, with all the...
So good, dude.
So good,
yeah,
dude.
I like him a lot. And he also, like, what he did is took a big risk in filming himself, like, doing it. Like, that's a lot of money he put in, like, to film himself every time he's up. Like, he takes a piece of that and he put it together for his stand-up. Like, that's...
And he just puts it all on his own YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, so that way he doesn't have to do it with a network. So that was his whole thing. It's like I was like, I'm breaking the network chain and this whole thing, and
he
utilizing.
was just like what I love about it is now you see so many guys doing that. Like Sam Morril, fucking hilarious.
I love that guy, dude.
He just released his thing on YouTube. Mark Normand, YouTube. Joe List, YouTube.
All three of those fucking guys.
Killed
those fucking guys,
There's
man.
New York
I
comics,
fucking love those guys, dude.
They're so good. I watched Sam Morril like after the show. I talked to him for like a minute. Like not a minute, a couple minutes. Talked about the Knicks. And yeah, dude, he was a super nice dude. He wasn't even selling merch after the show.
Really?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm doing fine.
He's like, I'm killing it. I was surprised too, but it was Thursday, so I don't know. Maybe he was like, I don't sell merch on Thursdays. You know
God,
what I mean?
that's
Jewish
crazy.
thing. I don't know. I'm not sure, but he was like, we don't work Thursdays. I'm like, I respect that. I don't work Thursdays either. But that's a whole different can of worms.
Yeah, bro.
I'm not fuck with that.
What do you? So how long have you been doing comedy for?
Coming up, 2 years in January. So I started pretty quick. Except
Such
for
a young dude.
That in Baltimore, I guess that was a little before, but I only did it a couple times in Baltimore, and I was like, no.
Doing it in Baltimore. Baltimore just kind of seems like a scary place to do anything.
Yeah. I used to. One of the jokes I told in Baltimore was like, I don't like horror movies. If I want to be scared, I'll go outside my house at 2 a.m. Like I don't need to be scared.
Is it that bad? Like when you?
It's not that. It's not that bad.
Yeah, but
it's not that. I used to live in New Orleans before that, when New Orleans was pretty sketchy, and like it wasn't that bad. It's never as bad as it's portrayed.
So that's.
But it's not great though.
When you're like up here, you're thinking that it's like bad. Like you're just someone's gonna tear you out of your house and kill you or something.
Well, also like I don't know. I feel like especially, I feel like it just gets, sometimes it's never. I feel like people who get killed a lot of times too, like when you talk about like the murder rate or whatever, it's like, well, yeah, but they weren't like just walking down the street and got shot randomly.
No, it's always there's always some type of.
There's something behind it.
Yeah, you fucked that guy's wife. Like,
yeah. What are you
he
doing
wanted
here?
to kill you.
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
There's a beef. There's obviously a little beef.
That's not a New Orleans thing. That's just a fucking worldly thing.
Yeah, there just happens to be a lot of drunk people fucking in New Orleans. That's not, you know what I mean? That's not exactly.
I think that maybe the drunk people. That's where there's just an excess amount of drunk people.
Yeah, there is.
Then there's going to be
more shootings,
more shitting on the roads, more peeing on places, more.
Yeah, I've peed on so many places drunk.
So many places, dude.
If you're that drunk,
being drunk is pretty amazing. It's a pretty amazing thing, but
it's a solid thing.
It can really like. It's not like weed where it can just like it can turn on you.
No, yeah, no. If you like, when you're drunk, you're just like fucking. You're drunk, You just that's what it is. Not like high. You can have some different feelings high. But when you're
and I feel like I can smoke like too much, and I'm just like
take a nap.
I'm kind of tired, rather than like, I'm too drunk. And it's like, no, you are going to have a horrible night and feel like shit all day tomorrow. Right. And, and that's like, so I've like come to be very, very, very cautious with it. Oh, this lady, my neighbor is mowing her lawn right now.
That's solid. Well,
that's very solid.
I just like, that's an aesthetic. And then, you know what they don't do in New Orleans?
Mow their lawns?
Because there's no fucking lawn.
There's no lawns?
There's no lawns. There's gardens. There's like little gardens. I mean, there are lawns, I guess, but we didn't have a lawn. We had like a tiny little garden. Like most people don't have.
Is it like a rich people thing? Like, oh my God, only rich people here have lawns.
Yeah, lawns were definitely. When I heard someone mowing their lawn, I'm like, that must be interesting. You're like, really got it going for you, huh?
And up here,
you don't just have cement.
Up here, it's like if you let your shit grow, they're like, you fucking loser.
Oh, dude, homeowners associations will be like, we'll fine you.
Like, cut your grass. Or my parents would be like, God, we live in. Oh God, like it was kind of like a because you have the homeowners association, but then you have like the like the unspoken homeowners association. Like, bitch, you better get your lawn together.
Like
you see the rest of the street. Yeah, you see the rest of the street's got it together. What the fuck are you doing, bro?
I don't know if you know, but you're 4 inches over, Susan. So we better take it down a notch.
You're 4 inches brown, Susan. Why don't you fucking water up, dude?
Yeah, fucking spray that thing.
Little Zachary's out here fucking cutting lawns and doing watering for fucking cheap.
Yeah, that's true, dude. There's a lot of lawn cutting services in the suburban America.
Especially these young kids, man, who need to.
They're grinding.
They're grinding. They're actually, they're probably getting those Twitch streams.
Oh, dude, yeah. You can do both at the same time.
It's true, man.
Nowadays. You can play Nintendo DS on some, get a little. You can do on a tractor. It's fine. John Deere 100 series. North Idaho, I tell you, you can do lawn maintenance and make good money. It's a lot of lawns.
So it's much different over in Idaho, man. I feel like people are pretty fucking cool over there, man. People are like a much more like keep to yourself type of shit.
Yeah, they're definitely more like they just don't like whatever you're doing on your thing is your thing, and there's usually enough space between people that like you're not gonna make too much
just
noise.
Just like do your shit.
Yeah, just like whatever. Just don't fucking wake me up. Don't purposely be a dick. You know what I mean?
I feel like people here sometimes are just like.
Feel uptight over
trying to find out what you're doing. Like, what you doing some weed over there? Yeah. God, you got 3 friends coming over. Like,
although in New Orleans though, fucking Idaho. I don't know why I said that, but Idaho, man, like that, like weed's illegal. So like they do, like you can't smoke weed. Like we couldn't smoke weed right here in town. You would get in trouble. Like,
so what would it be like? Like if I was smoking weed right here, like do you think someone would tell on me? Like someone would be like, hey.
Well, the police might drive by because there's such a small town. You know what I mean? They might just drive. They're just driving.
So just like a road like this, they would just
road like this. Yeah, they might drive down this.
Wow.
Or that guy might be like 70 years old and have Fox News on for a few hours and be like, hey. Get that.
Stop it. Like
Bill O'Reilly said, you better have that shit off, bro. Better be smoking mids.
That's
over there,
why
dude.
I'm here, so I don't got to smell this shit.
Yeah, I live in Idaho because, and then he's like, I don't want to move.
It's crazy, man, because
most people are chill with it.
It's a plant, dude.
It is just a plant, dude. Yeah.
Which is just make sense. That thing is just so crazy. Yeah, you could just convince people anything.
Yeah. I mean, well, if you have enough programming, dude, somebody will just be like, yeah, man.
Like, nobody's going to just be like, I'm going to look this up real quick. Like, is this bad?
No one even try. Like, my mom, this is a funny story. Last, when my grandmother died back in August, so last August.
Rest in peace. Sorry to hear that.
So she's kind of a bitch, but yeah, we went back and visited, or fucking went there for the funeral, and my mom got hammered after the funeral. It was a big family party, kind of.
Yeah,
not to say she wasn't that much of a bitch. It wasn't like a celebration, but it was like, we're all together, we're all, come on, rosé, so we drank, and my mom smokes a joint with me and my aunt and my uncle. and takes a big puff off it. And like when she caught me smoking weed, she cried for 4 days. She's like she was like, his life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's over.
I was like 17. I was like, Mom, like this is just what we do.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's chilling. Football season's over. I can't get suspended. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's good. I'm not gonna lose any. Fuck it. Let me smoke some pot. And then she took a fat puff. And then the other day I brought it up at dinner, and she's like, I never did that. She was like denying it. I was like, Mom.
She's like, you're going to ruin my reputation. I've stayed strong since 17, okay?
Yeah.
I've stayed strong since day one.
Mom,
Wow. So she
puffed and then denied. She denied inhaling, dude.
She did the Clinton.
She 100% Clinton. Like, I don't fucking, she was like, I took it in my face to smell it.
She said, visual proof or it didn't fucking happen. It's 2020. You would have got that on film.
Yeah. I was like, I tried so hard.
Wow, that's crazy, man. I feel like a lot of parents are kind of coming around now.
Yeah, I feel like that too, yeah.
You know, because I work at the weed store, and I just see a lot of parents in there.
Oh, fuck it. That's fucking sick, dude.
See a lot of people with a shirt that says, I'm the cool grandpa. And I'm like, yeah, dude.
Yeah, you
are the cool fucking grandpa, dude. How many joints you want?
Yeah.
Sativa? Yeah, okay.
All right, staying up, dude, yeah. Grandpas wake up early, dude.
Oh, grandpas are up, dude.
Yeah. Every time I'm with my grandpa, and then my dad is getting to grandpa age. He's in his 60s, so he'll wake up like ass crack of dawn, dude. Like 6 in the morning, 5.
So what time you wake up?
Well, I usually wake up at I wake up when he gets up because like he's not what you'd call a quiet man. So I just kind of wake up at like 5:30.
Because, dude, I'm kind of naturally just up at 6, 7. Like, I don't know why. It's like I know a lot of people, especially creatives, are like night people.
I usually recently I've been waking up like just naturally at 8, 7:30.
That's a nice solid time.
That's solid because I listen to this like that Joe Rogan podcast where he's talking about sleep. And ever since then, dude, I've been trying to sleep like at least 8 hours a night. So I usually go to bed at like 11:30.
So many people I talk to are just like 5, 6. I'm like, what?
That's very early. Yeah,
I'm a freak when it comes to just making sure I get that sleep, bro. Because when I wake up, I like to feel that like natural.
Just feel good.
Good, and
dude.
Energized, and not feel like I need to just pump myself full of coffee, which I will anyway.
I will do that, but I also don't want to feel about it like a dick. Yeah, I feel like a dick when I like wake up after 6 hours. I'm like all pissed off.
You
know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm pretty tired.
I'm not happy when I wake up at 6. If I wake up
because you don't want to wake up.
Yeah.
But when you wake up like after 8, it's like you woke up because you didn't have to get up. You woke up because you were just like, I'm tired of fucking sleeping.
Yeah.
Fuck
if you sleep 8 hours, you're solid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel good for a full day.
Yeah. Like I'm ready. If I sleep under 7, if I sleep like 5 hours, 6 hours.
You're fucking 23 years old though. You could probably sleep for fucking 3 hours a night on
2 hours and just pop up, but
and be good. But you
know, bang energy isn't great for the heart, folks.
No,
you really shouldn't be pounding those.
Take care of your health, guys.
100%, dude. I do push-ups and lift weights and shit and run, and like I don't want to be fucking like. And you know what's fucked up? Why I do that? Sometimes I'm like, what if I just got my ass kicked? Just randomly, I'll be like, somebody could probably kick my ass.
Definitely.
Like, that 100% could happen.
100%.
Because I can't fight.
Everybody knows MMA.
Yeah, everybody knows it. Everybody could triangle choke me. I've seen it on TV.
Very scary.
I'm susceptible to a triangle
and
choke.
especially like if you have red hair,
like
people are just like they can just see. They're just like looking in and see like him. You're
Get
like,
him.
no,
Children of the Corn
whoa,
was a terrible movie. I'm like, I
Jesus.
wasn't even fucking in there.
Dude, man, they
Kick
fucking...
a ginger day? That cannot be every 3 months, dude. You gotta like do that joke once a year.
Was that a real thing?
That was on South Park. And then
that's right.
When I was in high school, people would like just be like, kick a ginger day. I'm like, no, fuck you. That was 2 weeks ago. Right, Billy did that. You can't do it again, Eli. That's not fair.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
just spread that out. The bullying has to be spread out. That's the problem.
I think that the ginger shit came like to be just a little bit better of like the names they had before that. So I was just like, all right, I'll take that. Like,
I'll take ginger, but don't kick me though.
But don't kick me, no.
The kicking is
and ginger's delicious.
It is. It's one of the best things you can have. Fried ginger.
It's healthy.
Oh yeah, dude.
It's good for you.
I feel so solid after I eat
a gingerbread man. I'll eat one of those.
They're actually gingerbread is delicious.
Gingerbread is really good.
It could be squares.
Doesn't have to be men.
You know what I mean? It's not.
Could be non-binary ginger people. It could be anything.
Ginger folk. You know what I mean? And they're delicious. I eat some ginger squares.
Yeah, it's not really squares. But it is like South Park is so fucking genius. It has to be probably one of the most genius comedic shows ever made.
It's hilarious, especially it's so poignant. You know what I mean? Like everything they do, you're like, damn, that was like their stuff they were doing during the election was some of my like they're just during every fucking year is just so. And
they're just all the current events.
Like wow, that's a solid.
What was the one? It was I think it was the legal weed where they were just like hopping on their balls and shit.
Yeah,
and like
that one was so funny.
Yeah.
He's like, I gave myself, it's just all so he could smoke some weed, and they had like the KFC weed. That shit was great, dude. Yeah, they're so smart.
And then they capitalized, right? Because weed's been legal for so long. So now
Yeah.
they had the what was it? The something farms.
Oh, Integrity Farms.
Integrity Farms.
Farms. That's what I imagine weed will be like in Idaho when it's legal. Integrity Farms. I'm like, you can't. There's actually a company called Integrity Towing. And I was like, that's kind of bullshit because number one, you're towing my car. That's not like...
There's no integrity in that.
And also, you don't have a right to the word integrity. That's not how this shit works. You don't just get to name your company something good.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Be creative. Don't just be like, something everybody likes.
Yeah.
My company. Like, that's not how that shit works. Like,
No, because then you're just like, oh, well, our name's Integrity. Duh.
yeah, like, of course I wouldn't tow your car unless someone paid me.
Who cares about a review? Okay?
Yeah.
Integrity.
Yeah, integrity, buddy. I just tow your car. I want your property.
Man, that's kind of a fucked up job, bro.
Yeah.
There's a lot of...
I hate that job.
There's a lot of fucked up jobs where it's like, you know, you just got to get paid.
Yeah, and that
you're
one's
just like-
not that bad because the people kind of fucked up, I guess, to get their car towed. I
But
guess.
still,
not
they're,
parking.
They're
though.
probably
Sure.
like, you know,
repo.
okay,
I'm thinking of repo.
repo. Is that
That's whole different. That's a different thing.
so? That's
yeah.
when you don't pay your shit,
Yeah.
and someone comes and gets it.
That's
And
a
you're-
whole different.
And you're going to work to get your paycheck because you're like, oh, I got to pay this fucking car payment, and then you wake up and your car's fucking gone,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh,
Then do you have to pay the payment though, or is that just to get it back, or can you be like, fuck that car?
oh no.
You definitely have to pay them at some point, right?
Oh, that's a good question. I wonder if you do have to. If they're like, well, now you owe us $30,000.
Yeah, right. So, I mean, like you owed us $8,000, but now we're gonna repo it,
And then it's
like,
another $1,200 to get it out.
Or is he just like, well, then just sell it, just fucking sell it, just sell it. You know what I mean, right? Isn't that what I would do?
It's like, can you sell it? Like it's
If
been
it's a
repoed.
repo.
They're like, no, it's not yours anymore. Okay, you must pay to get
Right.
it back, and then your payments will resume.
Right. It's not like a house because you can sell a house, right?
Like when
Before your
you
mortgage
when
is
you
up.
owe on it.
Yeah, and then if they cover it, right, you just give them the money that you got from the house.
That's right.
You know what
That's
I mean?
right. Yep, you
Could
can
you
do
that with a car?
Probably, I guess.
I would have to imagine.
When you say with the house like that makes sense.
When
that
you say
you'd be
stuff
able
with
to do that.
confidence, people kind of just...
That's true. That's true. Like it sounds like it's like, you know, it's a feeling.
It's a feeling.
And when it feels right,
Yeah.
then you're like, that's probably it.
Yeah.
Who like obviously Bill Burr?
Yeah.
Who were some other comedians you watched when you were a kid?
When I was a kid, dude, yeah, I used to watch like Chris Rock a lot when I was a kid. He was super like expressive with his hands and stuff.
No Sex in the Champagne Room.
Yeah.
Did you hear that one?
Yeah. Well, probably, but it's just hard for me to remember all the jokes. You know?
Yeah, his
He
old
was great.
he had like a song, like if a girl got a pierced tongue, she'll probably suck your dick.
Yeah. and
If
shows
a guy
people-
has a pierced tongue, he'll probably suck your dick. Like,
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
went through all those. There is no sex in the champagne.
That's
I mean,
funny.
when you can do like these guys were doing music.
Yeah. Well, Adam Sandler just released that special with his music, like musical stuff he was doing on there. That
What'd you
Did
think?
you see that? I thought the music was really funny. Like he wasn't doing like traditional stand up, but like that song like phone, wallet, keys. Gotta have your phone, wallet, keys. I say that shit all the time before I leave my house. I'm like, fuck, I do.
Now
not
you're
have
like
those
phone,
things.
wallet, keys,
Yeah.
mask, phone, wallet, keys.
yeah, I had all that shit in there. Yeah, dude. And then he sang that. I thought it was good. Just the way he filmed it was cool. But Chris Rock did that too, where he filmed a special kind of similar to that one time.
I mean the
Well, like, it's at
Adam
different
Sandler thing
venues.
to me was like, at first I was like, oh, I'm going to see stand up from Adam Sandler. So
Yeah,
this is
but
crazy. And then you're kind of thrown off, maybe a little disappointed because you're like, oh, that's not what it is.
Right.
And then I was just like, oh, dude, this is amazing.
It's so cool the way he starts at small venues too and ends at big venues. If that, like, you know what I mean?
I didn't even notice that.
So he starts off in the beginning. It's much smaller rooms. That was one of the first things I noticed. And then he went from like, by the end, he was doing massive stadiums. So it built with
Whoa.
him, like it built as his act built.
Yeah.
And I bet he didn't even have to leave like not that far to do that. I bet he didn't even have to tour to do that.
I was going to say like California, like just
Just wherever he wants to do it. Like that dude, think about this. Dude wears like pants, not pants, like shorts, basketball shorts, carries a basketball, big t-shirt. Even when he's on Conan, he's like, "What up, dude? How you doing?" He just looks chilling.
You've made it like to the point where you're
Adam
just like,
Sandler
I
don't give a
don't
fuck.
care, dude.
He doesn't give a fuck. That's Adam Sandler,
That's
baby.
so beautiful, man.
He looks like a guy I would hang out with. Adam Sandler.
Oh,
Like he doesn't have a podcast. You know,
I feel
people
like
who
he-
are successful, like really successful entertainers, like because like comedians and like when you're to that point, like you see like Tom Hanks or guys like that with that money, like they don't ever hear from them. Do you know what I mean? Because they don't do like podcasts,
no.
which is fucking annoying. Because I'd love to hear what Tom Hanks on a podcast just narrate shit, or Morgan Freeman have a podcast.
Because it's like
Great.
you kind of want to know what these guys. You
thinking.
only get to see characters from them. You don't get
Exactly.
to see like what they really think about certain shit.
Right.
And it's really intriguing to see people's opinions.
Yeah. Or just like thoughts, what they're like in conversation. Like you don't see that with like
how they react and
yeah.
You
want to see what they're like as a person. You know what I mean?
And I feel like that's what podcasts do is like you can really like just kind of get to know somebody just by how they react and how, you know, the things they choose to talk about and stuff like that. That's podcasts is a weird thing because podcasts were never like a pop, like what?
No, I feel like as soon as, I feel like the podcast thing, like Mark Maron was big and like Joe Rogan. And then you just started seeing them pop up. Like whoever was on Joe Rogan and then had a podcast.
Joe Rogan definitely was like the trailblazer.
Yeah, dude. He started a lot of that.
Like obviously Mark Maron, a lot of cats were already doing it,
but he changed the game. Though.
And it's crazy because Joe Rogan wasn't that famous. Like he did Fear Factor. It's
right.
Oh, we saw Fear Factor. It's like
Sometimes he would be like on Comedy Central or whatever, his stand up.
So I didn't.
He was on news, whatever, but I didn't know that until I didn't know that shit.
I'd never seen it.
Never seen that.
No, but you know, Joe Rogan is just like I feel like it's just like your everyday guy's guy.
Oh yeah.
You know, like that's definitely who he speaks to. So that's why he's so relatable, is because it's just people that are just living, you know, or just like can kind of tap into his thoughts.
He
and
sounds like a normal dude, or not a normal dude, but just like kind of normal dude that got just a microphone in front of his face a little bit. You know what I mean? Like
semi-smart.
Yeah.
It's like a guy that's like hung out with a lot of smart people.
Exactly.
That's kind of gained a lot of knowledge. So you kind of trust what he says.
Yeah, like I feel like when he talks, I'm like, okay, all right, I could see where you're going. And then like someone really smart is like, well, actually, and then you're like, oh man,
and that's
shouldn't have repeated that thing I heard on Joe Rogan.
Exactly.
I learned that lesson a few times.
And the thing I like too is that he's like I'm an idiot. I'm just here to, like, you know, get other people on and let them kind of educate me and educate the rest of us. So it's like dude. Joe Rogan was a huge inspiration in me wanting to do this because I was just like, oh well. Here in Spokane, there's so many people doing cool shit.
Yeah, man, it's true. There's a lot of talented cats in Spokane, dude. Like,
I feel like there's a lot of talented cats everywhere, and it's like if you were driving into Spokane from New Orleans or flying in, and you're driving in, and you're like, well, what is this place got? It's got comedians. Has it got a podcast and stuff I can listen to? Like what's the real popular podcast around here where I can find new people
and see new artists and shit?
And there's not really Deese's podcast.
Deese's podcast is great.
It's fucking great, dude.
Yeah, and he's been at it for a minute and like fucking built that.
He knows what he's doing.
He knows exactly what he's doing. Deese, I can't say enough good things about Deese, man. Yeah, fucking he's like he's on the game because he's always creating new shit. You know what I mean? He's doing like the fucking. He has the skits. He has the stand up. He's always booking rooms. He's giving like new comics a chance to do shit. You know what I mean? He's a cool cat, man.
And I had him on, and his you know where he came from and shit. He came from I think like Long Beach, California and shit. Like,
dude, Deese was like used to train MMA,
and he was like a rapper, I think, at one point in time.
I didn't know he was a rapper, but dog, when I first found out he could fight MMA, I'm like, no, dude, Deese is he's such a. I never would have picked him.
Unassuming, you wouldn't
think that he would like kick somebody's ass, and I don't think he would now, or unless he had to, obviously. But like, I would never picture. Like, I never looked at Deese and be like, oh, that guy might fuck me up. He's so nice. You know what I mean?
That's another thing that Joe Rogan definitely paved the way for, was like buff, like comedians that could fuck you up.
Yeah, because you don't always want to listen to a guy that might fuck you up. But then if you're at a bar show, dude, like when you're at a bar and shit, and you need to like lay a little law, like not lay a law, but like just fucking talk and be funny. Sometimes people don't want to listen to you, and I feel like if you're an unassuming, like if you're a smaller guy, it could be harder to get the attention of a room. I feel like in a bar situation where you're like trying to be funny and everybody's like hammered and you gotta like say some shit with your chest, so to speak.
Gotta command the room.
You know, you gotta get their attention a little bit.
So what do you find is like a good like? What do you find is like a? If you could wait, that would be cool. If you could wait, that would be cool. Go ahead then. You're fine. Don't worry about it. Like, what are some things that help? Like, is there anything that's helped you, like, to get on stage, like to take a shot?
Yeah.
Dude,
dude.
Or I guess you can't take a shot, but.
Well, no, I can't take a shot. But one of the things that helped me really get on stage the first time was I did LSD. And I was
really,
yeah, and I was out in the woods with my buddy, and we were listening to Pink Floyd, and we listened to that song "Time," and it was like, you know, before you know it, the starting gun has rung before you know it. Like the race has run.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh fuck, dude. Like if I don't just start doing it, like,
Then
I'm just not gonna do it. And then I'm gonna be sitting and like regretting not having even tried. So then I like went out and just tried. And like that was after I got back from Baltimore because I was like, man, I'm just not good.
Mm-hmm.
I did it a couple times. It was like it was just hard. And then I did that, and then I came up with a whole different. I was just much more energetic and like confident after that.
It's crazy.
It was just weird. It just changed my perspective.
You're like, I'm not a fucking natural.
Right,
I'm
right.
not. People didn't love me the first time I got on stage. What the fuck? I suck at this.
Right. And then it changed my whole perspective. It was like, so what? Who gives a fuck if they don't like you? And then after I stopped giving a fuck about whether people like me or not, I started doing much better.
And what was that? Was that 21? Like
that was 21. That was August, so I was 2 months into 21.
Whoa.
That was August. That was just this week. Yeah, every week we go out. Me and my buddy go out and do some shrooms or some acid out in the woods every month. Sorry, not every week.
I was like, Jesus
Good
Christ.
God.
God damn, bro, you're an animal.
No, every year. Yeah.
Oh, every year.
Did I say month?
You said week. You said month.
Sorry,
You said
every
year.
I don't know.
You took it to every level there.
Every level there, man. That's where I'm a little
Okay,
bit
I was even saying every month. God damn. Okay.
No. Every year, yeah.
So every year. So that's.
It was just last month is that what we did.
The cool thing that I like about psychedelics, especially, is that you like take the experience with you. Like when you get drunk and high on weed or something like that, you have fun and you wake up like, I can't remember.
Right.
What
You're like,
happened?
man, I was fucked up.
And you take acid or LSD or you take mushrooms, and then it's like you learn shit.
Yeah, exactly.
About yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can like correct it.
Exactly.
That's
even if
fucking
it's
crazy.
not like the greatest trip. Like I've definitely had trips where I was just having a great time, having fun,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just like chilling. But then there's definitely been times where I learned more about myself, and I was like, oh man, yeah, I should probably get that done. Like, should I do that, or I should probably like fix this or whatever. And I feel like it's such a learning experience.
And
for
those
me.
trips like aren't as fun
I would say they're not as fun
because
as
you're
what-
having to kind of like.
Because I'm like, all right, I need to look at this or whatever.
Because I didn't know, like with mushrooms, I didn't know that you could use it. Because it's always been just hey guys, let's take mushrooms and go walk around and fucking trip out and look at the sky and the trees and
well,
shit.
if you take a certain amount of mushrooms, you know what I mean.
But I didn't know, I never tried, to like take them alone.
Oh yeah.
And then like be introspective to myself.
Right.
And be like, why are you acting like this?
Yeah. Well, the only times I've really had that happen on mushrooms is when I like take like a little over an eighth, and then I like walk around in the park sometimes, or like out in the woods, and then I'll like just be like, oh man, I'm out here. This guy's really interesting, and then I'll be like, fuck, I'm tripping, and then I'd have to like then I just like kind of have a little weird experience in the woods. Sometimes you take psychedelics, you just kind of feel weird for 2 hours or 3 hours, 4 hours.
So that actually
Time gets weird.
That actually just happened. See, now I've never taken an eighth. My buddies were telling me like, they're like at some point you just need to take an eighth, man, because it'll open up things for you. And I took like a little bit less. I took like a little less than a half eighth not too long ago.
Yeah.
And I just felt weird as shit for like 4 hours.
Yeah,
like I
you
was
feel
just
weird.
like.
But if you take, the thing, a 16th is weird because you're just kind of feeling weird. But then if you take an eighth, you're like
all in.
oh man, this is things are nice, things are good. There's a lot of shapes. You know what I mean? Like you start feeling.
I feel
trippy.
like everything looks very, very Pixar-y.
Mhm.
Everything gets very, kind of.
Everything's vibrant.
Very,
dude.
very vibrant. And that's why I
It's-
love being outside, dude.
Yeah, it's the best.
People talk about, I take some mushrooms, I watch a movie, or
I did that one time with Avengers. I took an eighth and watched Avengers.
How was
In
that?
theaters.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude. Avengers. What was the one? But Infinity War. That's the one I watched.
Fucking A, dude.
Yeah, I was. When Wakanda was so sick because it was nature-y. But that was like the only part of the movie that was nature-y, and the rest of it was like in outer space and shit. And
Holy shit.
I was like, I got scared at some parts, and I was like, man. And then I was like, I don't know if I actually am physically able to move, and I really wanted to get up. And I was like, I actually physically, like right now, am not in a headspace to know if I could literally.
Like if I'm going to get up and just collapse on the ground.
No, like, can I move my muscles? like not even like, can I like? I was like, kind of want to drink some Coca-Cola, and I'm like, I don't know if I can do that
You're
right
like,
now.
don't risk it, bro.
Yeah, I was
Don't
like,
risk
aliens
it.
in there, man. It was some like Thanos was just hella like shapey, and I was like, wow.
Is he fucking creepy as shit?
Yeah, real creepy. It was a tough one, but you know what? That was actually pretty fun in retrospect.
Well, I think that it's like things that scare you are kind of fun, like when you survive them.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like even a bad dream. You have a bad dream, and you're like, "Oh, that was horrible," and then you're just like, "That was kind of That's kind of crazy though.
Yeah, that was a little, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
oh, there's a dark wood.
Alligators
like
can
crazy.
wear oven mitts? I don't even know. Like, there's a lot going on in my dreams, I tell you. But yeah, dude. Oh, that's a sick cat too.
What's up, kitty? Do you do you dream quite a bit, or because people say when you smoke weed you don't dream?
So I haven't been smoking as much weed recently, and I definitely have been like when I don't smoke weed, like I'll go 4 or 5 days without smoking weed, and I'll smoke weed again, and like I have the craziest dreams after I don't smoke weed.
Okay, so that is what people like, always say. As soon as they stop, it's like they just come back.
Dude, it's like the dream, and they come back hard. Like they make up for all the time they lost. It feels like
weird.
I get fucking sleep paralysis sometimes.
So what's that?
Dude, sleep paralysis is when you wake up, like, but you're not like you can't like you're not up. You know what I mean? You know, like when you wake up, you're like, all right, I'm up. This is like your brain is up, but your body's asleep. And you can kind of see a little bit out of your eyes, but like it just looks like there's weird shit going on because you're still semi-dreaming, but you know, like you're in your room, you're like 100%, like I am here.
But you are also
seeing shit that's not actually happening. Like
and you're like aware that you can't move your body and shit.
Dude, yeah, and so sometimes like this bachelor party I was at this like last weekend up in Priest Lake, I was fucking drinking a lot and like I took a nap. And if you take a nap for a couple hours and then you like sleep, you're much more likely to have it. So if you do like a couple hours of napping, like 3 hours, then you try and sleep for 8 hours, you can like get a fucking quick sleep paralysis.
Whoa.
And so like that happened, and I thought it was like my room, like one of the guys that was in the room with me could have been up, but I couldn't tell because like I'm all fucking dreamy, and I like then it was like a bunch of stuff going on, and then so I just tried to like speak, but I couldn't speak, so I was just like like I could do that, like I could make noise, I could like
holy shit,
groan and shit,
and you could like know that you were
move.
making those noises, like you could register in your brain that I'm here.
Yeah, I'm here, but my eyes aren't open though. They're like still like this. Do you know what I mean?
That
like,
is
all
fucking.
closey.
And then is the like grunting and the like the sounds that you're making, like is that still a part of the dream? Or
that's the thing, dude. I feel like they're audible. Like I felt so like I can definitely move my chest, and then I did manage to wake up after 30 seconds too. So I did that for a while, and then like you know what I mean. I managed to actually like wake up after that. So
dreaming
it wasn't like
is a fucking trip, man.
Dude, yeah. Have you seen Haunting at Hill House on Netflix?
No.
Dude, that's scary as fuck. And one of the characters in that gets sleep paralysis, and like then like that's responsible for some of they say they try to use it as an excuse. They're like, well, that's why you see ghosts. You're just like asleep in the morning, but you still have sleep paralysis. But then no, like, there's some. You should watch it. It's good.
Have you seen ghosts before? Have you had any experience of something that had happened where you were just like it was unexplained, or that you saw something that wasn't there?
In New Orleans, there's definitely some ghosts. Like I definitely feel like it's a different spirit down there. Like when I was living in this house, like we used to hear like footsteps all the time outside the like window and shit, and like doors would slam really easily, and like a plate fell off the window, like this thing without anything touching. But like nothing that was so bad where I was like, I don't think it's a poltergeist.
Because you could explain it in some way or another.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know, man. Like trains,
wind,
sometimes,
or
wind,
a squirrel,
right.
or
like sometimes like
drunk
stomps
crackhead.
real hard. Oh, drunk crackhead is responsible for a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff, you know, could have just bumped into your house and knocked a plate over.
It's built on stilts. You know what I mean? It's not exactly like.
Damn, seriously.
Well, not our house, but yeah, a lot of houses are built on stilts. Ours just had like brick or whatever.
But you haven't seen anything physically?
No, dude, I don't know. I believe it, but I don't think I've seen anything.
Because it's hard for me to believe it. Like, I don't believe in ghosts. I don't believe it's real because, I feel like it's justified for me to say I don't believe in ghosts because I've never experienced it.
Right, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've never experienced it, and I think some people get a little scared sometimes in the dark. You know what I mean?
And that's just, and your brain, I feel like your brain is super powerful.
Oh, yeah.
And your brain can definitely make you think.
All kinds of shit.
All kinds of shit. But I do think that aliens are real, and I haven't seen an alien either.
I also think aliens are real. But that's based on a little more of my brain.
I've had people look me in the eyes and tell me with certainty that they've had experiences. It's just hard for me to not believe those people. I
just think that like there's no way we can be the only like. Here's the thing, dude. If we're the only intelligent life in the world, we're fucked. We're so fucked.
If we're the smartest.
We cannot be the smartest ones. Which no fucking way, 0% possible, X nada, that we are the I'm an optimist.
Bro, just had a conversation with the last guy on my podcast, and I said, you know, what makes us think that the aliens are smarter than us?
Because they can get here. We can't get to wherever they are.
Can we?
I hope we can, but if we are, we better bring some people who are smarter.
You're right. You're probably right. We can get to some places, but they're like, bro, you're not even close.
Yeah, they probably come in from
Like, oh, you got to Mars.
Yeah, they're like, impressive.
Wow.
We just intergalactic traveled, motherfucker. Like, and if they are intergalactic traveling, like, man, you know what? You know what really takes up after intergalactic traveling? Gonna need a lot of your minerals, a lot of your shit.
We're gonna need to suck your brain out of your head and fucking take all your fucking brain power and your thoughts.
You know, they're just gonna take you into all kinds of places and like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I just feel like aliens or they come here. This is my other idea. They come here and they fuck with us because they think it's fun.
That would make sense. Like our whole planet's
we're
like
Las
entertainment.
Vegas.
Yeah,
we're the Las Vegas of space.
We really are probably.
Yeah,
though.
they can't. I bet they came here and fucked some monkeys like 80,000 years ago, and
became some type of alien monkey thing that kind of looks like we're. Whoa.
Yeah, think about that, dude.
That's fucking deep.
Yeah. What if like the aliens came here and they're just banging monkeys and they're just like chilling, banging monkeys, and they're like, Sphinx, pyramid or something. Also, maybe some other shit happened. I don't know. Totally just high idea, but I do think they definitely fucked some monkeys and made us at some point.
That is fucking crazy, man.
Yeah.
Now that's gonna be a religion.
I have always thought about starting a cult. I've always wanted to write just a book that would be like, you know, Scientology.
Oh yeah.
That guy. I mean, I don't like science. Disclaimer: I don't like Scientology. However, that's a moneymaker, dude. You just write something where you're like, yeah, dude, aliens came down here and they fucked some humans, and like that's where we are. Then we all want gold, you know what I mean? And like gold probably.
And there's many levels to this, and you need to pay me $100,000 right now.
Yeah, or you just come out and like we can buy just a fat farm and hang out. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah,
that's a cult though, and I don't want to start a cult.
That is a cult.
I'm not a good. I shouldn't even be telling you advice on how to get your groceries and shit. Like I am not a cult leader. You know what I mean? I'm not someone. I'm not a role model, as Charles Barkley said.
You know, I don't think you have to be a role model to be a cult leader.
Actually, I guess most of them are not.
No, but you got to be like you just got to be a guy with a lot of confidence. That seems to be what it is. You're just like, hey, listen, guys, if we do this, it will work, and we're gonna be better people. Yeah. And they're like, dude, he's more confident than me, and that's who I follow.
Yeah, well, that's most of what leadership seems to be is like, hey, guys, let's go. We can, whatever it is. And then, like, a lot of times that whatever it is after that is something stupid that people say.
Because they lead you to failure, and they're just very confident. And they're like, it's just failure. You got to fail to win, you know? And you're just like.
They always have something to say.
Damn it.
To keep you paying.
It's like, you're right, but I guess I gotta keep going.
Right. Well, it's always based in some truth because you can't just trick you know what I mean? You kind of got to, like, it has to be something of substance to trick that many people, and there has to be some kind of logic to tricking. You know what I mean? Like people aren't that stupid. Like, you know what I mean?
You know, psychology really is just intriguing to me, and why we think the way we think. But
at some point, you got to like say something that just like A has to come to B at some point. You know what I mean?
Because it's like, eventually you're gonna be like
maybe Z makes no fucking sense, right? But A and B and C probably makes some sense, and then you start to get like a smart person gets to D or E, and they're like,
wait.
I don't know about this. And then F is like, okay, guys, come on. And then G, like, it's through the whole alphabet. By the time you get to Z, you're like, what the fuck?
But then you see people, and they surprise you every day.
That's true.
And you're like, wow. Have you seen the movie Paul?
Is that Alien?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's good. That's so funny. Paul Rudd's in that, right? Is he in that? I've definitely seen it, though.
So Seth Rogen is the alien.
Yeah.
And it's the two dudes.
Yeah, I think Paul Rudd is one of the dudes, isn't he?
So no, it's the two dudes that do all the shit.
Oh, yeah.
Shaun of the Dead,
yeah, and that guy.
Those guys are fucking amazing.
Yeah, those guys are great. Shaun of the Dead's one of my favorite movies.
One of my favorite movies too,
man. That guy's
man.
so funny.
And the second one was, I think it was Hot Fuzz.
Hot Fuzz was great.
Which was fucking just that was kind of culty. That was like a culty, weird.
That was a vibe.
And then have you seen the one that was like the dude where he goes to all the bars and it was like travel to the fucking.
I've seen Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
That was a good fucking movie.
That was a great movie. The book's cool too. Yeah.
I haven't read the book.
The book I've read the first couple chapters of, but I didn't finish it because I saw the movie and I'm like, that's pretty good movie. You kind of did it. You got it. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you don't need to. You're like just.
So you pretty big movie guy or?
I like movies. Yeah. Fuck with movies. I would like to like direct movies or be in movies one day. That'd be kind of hype.
That would be pretty cool.
I feel like that can't be that hard.
What's up? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. So you have a podcast, right?
Yeah. The Possum Cast. That stands for Piece of Shit Open Micer Podcast. Yeah, we started that, and so that's what we do. Every Tuesday we release episodes. POSOM Cast.
Wait, say what it means again.
Piece of Shit Open Micer podcast.
Jesus,
It's an acronym.
Where did you guys come up with that? That is hilarious.
One of our one of the guys, Jay Berg, when he was doing comedy in Phoenix, that's when one of the club owners would call the open micers. So we'd be like, piece of shit open micers, and then they would just after that they created the acronym Possums. They're like they called themselves Possums.
So that was like their thing.
Yeah, they're like, we're Possums. And
That's
then he came up
hilarious.
here and he was like, it's Possum Cast. I was like, that makes sense.
And who is this guy? Who are these guys?
It's me, Nick Blackerby, and Jay Berg, 3 local comics.
That is badass, dude.
Yeah. So every week we don't really have like any guests on because we're just like it's already 3 of us, so we just all talk.
You guys
shit.
just bullshit.
Yeah, we just bullshit for like an hour. So it's pretty. We play some games. We play like Would You Rather, or like we read some like shit off Reddit sometimes and like decide like cast judgment on those people. It's a good time.
God, see, that's the one thing I really like about like Deese's podcast, dude. Is that like I go on there and I went on his podcast that had games and shit.
Dude, there's games.
And I was like, whoa, there's games. I just talked to people out of like, you got games, man.
Yeah, dude. Games are a thing, man. Yeah, definitely some games. I have a hard time playing games. I'm not the best game player, but I love the game.
Like,
you know what I mean? I like competing.
I've never is just always one that you can get a little meat and potatoes out of somebody. Find out a little.
Exactly. I can't play Jeopardy to save my life. Like every time I try and play Jeopardy, it's like
just like trivia or any shit like that. I don't know shit.
Yeah, dude, I'm not educated. I dropped out of fucking like college after a semester or two.
It's like I feel like I don't understand how people that just know shit that they don't care about.
Yeah, that is a really good point.
You just know stuff.
You just like, what do you do with the stuff you know? You're carrying the shit around.
I can only care and know about shit that I
give a
like
fuck about.
And give a fuck about. Yeah.
Yeah, like what do you give a fuck about dams for? Who gives a fuck about dams?
But I know everything about dams.
I don't know shit about dams. I don't know shit about like, you know what? I like history, so like I'll read some like maybe I could get some history questions, but like that's just because I like stories and I like know it. I'm like, oh, that's cool, but I don't like what we need to specialize. You can't know everything. You can't be like, oh yeah, I know science, history, math. No, fuck you. Choose one. Like, that's not how this shit works, bro.
Oh.
You get like one. You get a couple things. You don't get everything.
No, you got to pick. You
don't like to know about everything.
Especially when you just see somebody that knows a lot. Yeah. I'm very threatened as a man.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you fucking know everything?
Yeah.
Jesus, stick to one thing. You
stop reading.
Jesus,
you won. You know when guys go to the gym and they get really buff.
I'm like,
and you're like, you won. Stop, right?
Yeah, why are you
what
still
about these
going?
Guys? Stop fucking reading. Get out of the library. It's my turn to get smart for like an hour. Can you stop reading? I want to catch up.
It's so true, man.
It's not fair. It's and like I go to the library and I like wander by the sports biographies, and these guys are going and checking out encyclopedias, and I'm like, that's like getting a 45-pound dumbbell when I got a 25. It's like, we get it. You're strong. Chill out.
Yeah,
just trying to have a good time over here. You don't have to lift right next to me.
And it's like my 25 is only tailored to like my hands, because it's like I can only fuck with the shit that I like.
Right.
Rather
exactly.
than you're just picking up these fucking dumbbells. Like, what is it? Science?
Yeah.
Let's just fucking learn it.
I know all science. Not atomic, all of it. I know all science.
People that know like 4 languages.
Yeah, what's their deal? Where do they think they're going?
Holy shit.
You live in Spokane and you're staying in Spokane, motherfucker. Chill out. You're at the library. Go get a job if you want to go to those places.
I know, man.
That's all I'm saying.
You only need to know one language here, man.
Well, it would be nice to know a couple language.
Oh, it would be so nice.
I would like to know 2.
I'd just like to know Spanish, really.
Yeah.
Just because it's like if I could, I want to go down to like Southern California or Mexico.
Cuba.
And there's probably a lot of places that speak Spanish.
Spanish is a lot. That's a popular one.
Is that the second?
I think
most popular
language? It is. Well, when you go to Europe, everybody speaks English too, which is interesting. Not everybody, but like a lot of people.
But it's like different.
It's so different. They
like
speak a lot of different language though. They speak like English, and they speak like when I was in Switzerland. I went to Switzerland one time, and like they spoke like French, Italian, German, English. Everybody just spoke 3 or 4 languages, and I'm like, what the fuck?
And I feel like that's like a normal thing for like every country besides ours.
Yeah, pretty much us, and like, just us, because like Canada, they know 2 languages. They know French. You
want to know why? It's because in America they say do whatever the fuck you want.
Goddamn right.
And we're like, I don't want to learn another language.
I already know one, dude. I'm killing English right now,
like,
bro.
Like all the pretty girls I want to talk to speak the language I speak. So what do I need to know?
That's actually a really good point, because if you travel to other countries, you're almost coddled because they just all speak English.
And if you went to like if you went to fucking Mexico and you lived there,
right, you
would learn the fucking language, because you'd be like, oh my god, I love this girl Maria in my class, but I can't talk to her.
She's so hot.
Every day I'm studying. I'm trying to,
And when you hear it around you all the time too, it's way easier to learn.
You pick it up.
You'll pick it up. Like I went if you wanted to learn like a different language and you go live there for a few months, like you won't be fluent, but you'll definitely be able to order breakfast and ask for the bathroom.
And you can kind of understand
basic stuff.
Like what they're saying based on.
I think 2 years of teaching, or 2 semesters of being in a Spanish class would equate to like 2 months of being in like Spain, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like you would learn way quicker
if you're just there. And not just being taught by some, person
who doesn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? They're just there for the paycheck, which makes sense too. I don't blame them.
That does make sense. Did you take Spanish class when you were in school?
Dude, yeah, I failed.
Really?
Yeah, that shit was rough.
Yeah.
Mainly because like all my friends were in there, and that was never good for me. I'd always like fuck around.
Because you're a fucking comedian.
Yeah, I just wanted to have fun, dude. I was like, let's throw pencils in the fucking wall. Did they stick? You know what I mean? Like.
I think that like.
Just having a good time.
We got to have so the reason, not to get all like crazy political or anything like that, obviously, but like when we live in this like capitalistic society to like the extreme that we do, it's like there's not this incentive for people to just be like, oh, you're funny,
right.
Let's lean into that. It's just like, we'll get a fucking like, dude, if you're not gonna
are you gonna sell cars? Because that's funny. People can sell cars. Like I sold mattresses. I sold cars. Like didn't sell cars, but I sold a lot of mattresses.
Because if you have humor, you can
sell
just
make
shit.
People like you a little bit. You know what I mean? Yeah, and like joke about the product, and like I used to sell water softeners too, and shit. And it's just going to people's house and have fun with them, fuck around. Used to sell fucking bug spray, essentially, door to door.
Dude, that's so funny.
Pest control. That's what it was.
That's so funny you say that because I used to sell door to door cable.
Oh yeah.
For like maybe 8 years.
8 years. Wow.
8
you were fucking
years,
pretty decent.
bro.
Then, yeah.
And I was really, but it was the same thing that you're talking about. Like it was just.
It's not.
I've always been a comedian in just wanting to make people laugh and very thoroughly enjoying that. Never got on stage. It's, like I said, it's terrifying to think about, but I love it when I when I say something and I see somebody smile or laugh at it. That brings me so much joy.
Exactly.
Because people are fucking struck. We all, especially as an adult, you know that people like.
Go through shit, dude. Like when someone can be happy and you're responsible for happiness, dude, being responsible for happiness feels good.
That feels really good.
Feels hella good. Like when you're like just saying something and you're like, oh man, you're reacting and like you have the feel of them. You know, it's just nice to like bring people that type of like reaction.
And how many people have like just interacted with that person and just, like if I'm going to buy something and it's like how many people have just been like, yep, cool, here's the money, yep, thanks, see ya.
Right.
And then you're that guy that is like, oh hey, Jake, hey, what's up, man?
Right.
And you get the name and you say it now that means something. And then you say something, he laughs, and now it's just like there's something there.
Dude, sales was fun, but the problem was once I started doing comedy on stage, I just stopped giving a fuck about trying to sell shit.
Because now
now I'm just there, and I'm like, man, all I can think about is this other. Like it's funny when I'm serving tables, I feel more like because I'm not trying to get them to buy something. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
When I was selling, I always was like, I'm being nice, but I'm really honestly gonna make fun of you later. You know what I mean? When I'm serving, that's not as up front of my mind. I'm like, no, this guy's chill. And then like if they don't tip me well, I'm like, man, that guy was an asshole.
So
like,
do you feel like it's like does it help you like when you go on like was the sales draining for you?
It was a little draining, yeah.
So like when it was time to go do comedy or something, you're just kind of like, I'm fucking tired of talking to people or being
a little bit. I mean, it was a little like that, but it was also like I wrote a lot of material from doing sales though. You know what I mean?
Because like you said, it was a lot of fucking
just being with people and like seeing the weird shit people do where you're like, that's weird that you would do that. Like, okay. Like, oh, you think this is like making sex jokes while I'm trying to sell you a mattress is funny. Okay. That's great. You're like 400 pounds. You're not fucking anyone. You're in a wheelchair. So why don't we just back it off? Calm down.
Because that's where like ridiculous. All of that comedy comes from. Like everybody's comedy that they go and say are for the most part is just from like these little experiences that you've had at the mall or you're going to buy a mattress or you're
and it's the little things you look at too. That's one of the things I like to do in comedy is like look at everyday experience. Like when I used to walk around the mall with my headphones in and like just fucking be in the mall chilling, like walking around, maybe go in a store and look at a comic book or something, but a lot of what I was doing was just like watching the way people interact.
People watching.
Like a little bit, yeah. Like not in like a weird way, just kind of like seeing like, oh man, Like that guy like just did that. It was weird. Like there's a bathroom here that has an exact scale, like down to the gram.
Yeah.
It's suspect.
Dude, we
you know what I
saw.
mean?
So we went over to. It was my buddy's birthday the other day, and we got really baked, man. Like
Nice.
my buddy smoked blunts, so it's like we were like 6 blunts in. Like just the amount of blunts that you're in, where you're just like, I can smoke another blunt. There's no way I could get any higher than I am right now. Like I'm
Right.
as high as we get. So we go to my favorite chicken joint, ExZac's Chicken.
Oh yeah, fuck it.
Oh, up on the South Hill, man, it's so good, right? And we pull up into the front. We pull up into the front of the ExZac's, and you know, one guy's got a mask, so he's got to jump out, right?
Yeah.
And this guy, the Uber Eats dude, is coming to pick up some chicken, and he just starts like he's up in front of the spot. He's looking at the sign, and he just starts digging.
Oh,
He's
no.
just in his pants, just digging around.
Yeah.
And this is a hot day, so
Yeah.
you know he
He's
was
sweaty balls,
juicing
dude.
down there, yeah. And we're just in the van, like, what the fuck is happening right in front of
Yeah.
us right now?
Do you think he Germ-X'd when he went in?
Good question.
I would hope he
That's a good question. I think he
like-
just got in line. I think he just
he's
got,
wrong for that.
You know, just
Support Treehouse Deliveries. That's a local Spokane company that delivers.
no shit.
Yeah, the person I know that Britt works there, but I don't remember. I can't say her last name right. Ducombe works there. That's how I know about it. Treehouse Deliveries. I think?
Treehouse Delivery. I would
Yeah.
love to have them on. That would be fucking cool,
Yeah,
man.
you should. Yeah, they deliver. Yeah, deliver all to all kinds of places.
Any people that are out here doing some local stuff, man, that's-
local business, they deliver to like everywhere in Spokane, dude. So you can go, you grab a little something. If whatever city you're fucking in, dude, I'm sure there's a local like delivery. Like if you can order delivery from the place, order delivery from the place. You know what I mean too. Like
Yeah, because then you're
like-
you're helping them out rather than
just the. Also, you're gonna pay less because like Uber is that's like they upcharge quite a bit. But people should get like people who drive Uber should get paid too. But I'm just saying.
I mean, that's a good avenue for people to make money for
Yeah.
sure, dude. I like that there's more ways for people to make money out here
Oh yeah,
rather than just
grind.
working for 8 hours,
Yeah.
getting paid this amount of money.
Especially when you don't like. That's one thing I like about. That's one thing I didn't like about sales that I do like about like serving tables and bartending is like it's like it might be a 4 to 6 hour shift, but you're gonna make pretty decent money. You're just gonna deal with some assholes for a while,
Yeah,
and then you have high table turnover or whatever, and you turn some bucks. You know what I mean?
and you're
Like,
not stressed. I feel like when
you're
you
not,
go
like-
home, you're not thinking about it.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah.
You're
I'm
like,
off the
oh, my
clock.
quota.
Done. Yeah. You're like, I'm going home. I'm gonna play some. I'm gonna fucking my player's about to get fucking rallied right now. It's gonna be good. You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking about. So, yeah.
Yeah, because when I did sales, bro, it was just this haunting. Like, I would have to remind myself I have the day off. I'm like, oh, I gotta. It's like, no, dude, you're off today.
Yeah. You're done. Yeah.
Just leave it.
Yeah.
You're good.
Well, you have to be that way to be a good salesman too, though. Like,
You have to be on all the
you
time.
have to be on, dude. You have to be fucking trying to sell. Like I remember that when I was selling like door to door. It was especially door to door. Door to door is one of the hardest sales you can do. Like that's why I liked mattresses because people come into the mattress store, the furniture store.
They're coming in, yeah.
You coming in. I'm not coming to you.
True.
So like if you come in there, like I had a really high closing isn't as hard when you know like you obviously want something.
The thing is crazy when you're like going to somebody is that they could want it.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be saving them money. It could be exactly what they need.
Right.
But they're like,
Do I trust you, bro?
like I don't.
Yeah.
And that there's
That's a big.
definitely that.
But you have to overcome that though.
You have to overcome
That's the
that.
first thing you have to overcome. Like.
And then there's just like I don't really want to be sold.
Yeah. True.
Like you gave me some great information. Appreciate you. Now I'm definitely gonna call your company and get that shit.
Right.
But like I'm not gonna get it from
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
And it's like,
You're like, but I did all the work.
but I'm out here,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
I'm hustling. Like
Right,
I'm
right.
trying to like.
Well, you have to also to convince them that's personal. That not personal, but be like, hey, man, like, but if you do close like with it, like I get paid through you.
Like, this
closing
helps
with
me.
Like this helps me. And then usually that's how people will. When I was doing it, that was how.
True, and it probably is a big trust thing because when they call the company, they know they're
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, so this is okay. So
Or
this
there's a
is-
recommendation thing that a lot of companies will do, or at least with pest control, is like if you call, like I gave them my number, because I would just set up the contract.
Oh, okay. So you still
Yeah.
get credit and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So even if they called, like I gave them my number, and then they would call, and then I could use the iPad I had to just sign them up over the phone.
oh,
And I would
okay.
do over the phone, like
That's
6,
dope.
Yeah.
That's
So you can
dope.
make a lot of money selling pest control.
Really?
Yeah. But I just could never go back to doing door to door. It was just too hard. It was not too hard, but it was just like I'd be better at it now. Probably that was when I was 18, 19.
Yeah. I think everybody
But-
did a little bit of door to door when they're 18, 19.
Yeah, but
Dude, I think that it's maybe not going to be such a thing anymore.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Everything's online now.
You go to
Like,
someone's
you know what I
house
mean?
and knock on their house. They're like, Jesus Christ, get over 6 feet,
Oh yeah,
bitch.
Corona. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, Corona. Yeah.
They're like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, man. You have to. What if you had a knocker, like a long distance? Like you'd be like, knock, knock, bitch.
God, I don't even know. Still,
Throw the
you
paper
just
to him.
you yelling. Yeah, sign this.
Yeah.
Fucking paper airplane it to
Yeah.
him.
Oh, that'll be solid. Maybe, but
That
you have
would.
to. It has to be like germ-X'd before you can. Baptized in the X, man.
You just gotta.
Yeah.
It's gotta be dripping. It's gotta come through dripping.
Fucking
Dude, I could
send
do
it,
a
dude.
mean. I could do a paper jet. Fuck an
yeah.
airplane.
Or a drone. What if you just operated drones and then you were like, all right, I'm just flying this drone to knock on Miss Johnson's house real quick. Be like, Miss Johnson, we have cable for you today, DirecTV via drone.
I'm trying to be the most personal and the most impersonal way.
Yes, exactly.
Here is a video screen of me
and it's
giving
just a
you my
video
pitch.
of your pitch. Yeah.
People would
What
hate
if it was
that.
a Zoom? It was a Zoom. You're like, hi,
People would be like, I'm not. People are already not ready for Zoom calls.
That's true.
Have you been on a Zoom call? Like, you're just fucking like.
I will never do Zoom again. I'm a Skype man through and through.
Okay.
Because, dude, when I was on Zoom and I could see all this, it was so weird to be on Zoom. I don't like Zoom. I just don't like, not Zoom, not even Skype. I don't like Skype, but Skype is just me and another person or me and two people.
Rather
Like-
than you and 16 people.
Yeah, and I'm like, what is this? Am I ready for this? I can't see you. I don't feel your vibes.
I feel like I should be wearing a suit.
Right.
Is this okay?
Is this all right? Like, I also, like, my background is, like, all crazy because I'm, it's just, like, dirty dishes and, like, sometimes my dick's out because I forget that, like, I'm at home and shit, you know what I mean? But I'm sitting down so they can't see that, but it still feels weird.
Dude, I've had a dude just walk into the fucking weed store one time, bro. Just fucking.
Dicks out?
And he just like, well, because he had like a string belt and the zipper didn't work, and he
shit,
was
yeah.
free balling, and he was just like,
Oh.
you just like see some dick root, and you're just
Damn.
like, Jesus Christ.
Put that root away, sir.
Wow, mask that up.
Yeah. Where is your N95 for that guy? Fuck.
So, dude, you have a show coming up?
I do, yeah. I got a show on Tuesday, August 25th. If that's going to be out by then, I don't know if it will, but
Maybe not.
that's going to be over at Jeremiah Johnston, and then September 25th will be at Shooters over in Lewiston, Idaho.
Beautiful, man. So
and then-
over in Idaho, they're still doing comedy.
They are doing live comedy. Yeah.
That's fucking pretty cool, dude.
Yeah, it is cool. It's also like, I'm just like thinking I'm probably won't get it, but you know what I mean? But I get tested though.
Oh,
it's-
really?
Yeah, I get tested, so I'm not like just not.
So what do you? What is? I wonder what that's like.
It's
it
they
like?
just stick that bitch up your nose real high and like squiggle around, and then they're like, can I call you back in like 10 fucking days?
It's really
It
like
takes
that.
a fucking
stuff?
minute, son. Yeah, but it might be faster now. I haven't gotten tested in like a little bit, like a week, a couple.
I feel
weeks,
like they
but-
should. It would just be like a just fucking.
However, Joe Rogan does it. It's like 20 minutes whenever that guy gets tested.
Yeah, because you got that. He's
He
got
has
that
that money.
He's got that money.
Yeah,
You got to have that
you got that
money
money.
to get these tests.
I'm just saying though, like if it's that, it definitely is a fucking bad. But they should give us some quicker tests. If it has to be bad, right? So they should give us quicker tests because
so
this
that
is
way
taking
people
money.
know.
Yeah, I just like want to know. You can't. I don't want to like chill inside all the time if I don't know if I have like. And then I'm also like I might get it if I go. I don't know. You know what I mean? It causes me a lot of anxiety a little bit.
So for me, and that's where it
I
probably.
just do what I'm normally doing.
There's a little bit of ignorance is bliss in there for
Right.
me, which is I know not the best, but it's like sometimes it's just like I'm
right. You might get it.
I feel fine.
Yeah, I definitely feel fine most of the time too.
I feel good.
So,
You know,
like, I
stay
don't know.
healthy. Your immune system.
I sauna, vitamin D, whatever Joe Rogan's
Ooh.
doing, I'm doing. If I break it, I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, you seem good. So.
Cryo? Oh, that
Yeah. Oh, I
cryotherapy?
don't have, well, sometimes like I'll hop in an ice bath.
Oh, see, I've never even done that before.
But-
Is that pretty brutal or what?
It's pretty. I only do it because it's really hot and then it's so hot outside.
And
but,
then-
it's pretty chilly.
Dude, it'll be hot outside. I'll get in the shower and turn on the cold water, and I'll
Yeah.
immediately be like, just put it on hot.
Just
It's
a little,
fine.
just warm.
I'll just
lukewarm.
I'm still like, yeah, it's hot, but
Yeah.
that's there. What
Right.
happens in the shower stays in the
That's in
shower.
the shower.
You know?
Las Vegas, right?
Like
baby?
if I was
Yeah.
outside, then I would hit that.
Right.
I would hit it, but
Well, the lake's nice too. Up where I am, they have pretty nice lakes. So I go hiking, go swim some lakes, or just like go down to the lake and just chill.
dude, it's the days have been beautiful. Like right now,
Yeah.
what we at? We at fucking 7:30.
Yeah.
the skies are just gorgeous. I feel like so
nice
many
out.
people would be jealous to live here.
Dude, well, I mean, there's evergreen all the time, and there's like the sun is out, and there's moose sometimes that hang out, and elk, and like fishing.
You see quite a
and
bit
all that
of wildlife up there in
shit.
Idaho.
Yeah. Growing up, like I went to high school there, and there's all kind like moose would come onto the campus, and they'd be like, students, if you could just stay inside, there is a moose on campus. Do not worry, it will be gone in about 20-30 minutes. But the moose is certainly on campus.
No shit.
Oh yeah, that and then like one time this kid like there was a moose like out on the practice field, and we were all like, it was like after school, but it was snowing or something. It might have been over Christmas break, but we were all in the gym working out, and like he just sees this moose and he like, runs and just slaps it on the ass and then hauls ass back, and we were like, because moose kill people every year. Moose kill more people than bear, dude. Like, you do not want to fuck with a moose.
Really?
You do not.
Like, it'll just trample you, fucking hook you up.
Yeah, well, I mean, dude, think about it. They're like fucking 2,000 pounds. They're a ton. They're a good Mac ton. Like, they're as big as a truck, dude. Like, and they have these horns, and like they're like paddles more, but like they will fuck you up.
Whoa, dude.
Like, and it's only mainly like if they're like little moose, and then like big mama moose, and then when the buck sees you, when the cow, when the bull moose,
because that thing can outrun you.
Hella run, yeah.
And even being like a ton, whatever.
They're very fast.
That is fucking.
It's a few moves. Like 0 to 60 isn't fantastic, but like when they start going, they definitely get going.
Well, I mean, yeah, they're gonna catch up, dude. I think that nature is terrifying, and that like, you know, it's funny because out of all people, like the rapper Riff Raff, you know who that is?
Yeah.
So he actually.
I do know Riff Raff.
Out of all the people, dude, he was the guy who actually said something so insightful that kind of like opened my eyes. He was like, "We've created all the comfort in this world."
Yeah,
like
that's true.
This world gives no comfort.
Yeah, it's hard as a motherfucker out there.
Right? Like it's either too fucking hot.
I will say when I was on the East Coast, man, what was crazy is I felt like the cities were carved in, like when you had wilderness, right? It was like wilderness was carved in around the city. But out here, it's much more like a city is carved in around the wilderness, if that makes sense.
So,
like over there, it was so much cement. Like they had parks that were. It just didn't feel like I couldn't see mountains. I couldn't see trees.
Where were you at?
You know what I mean? I was in Glen Burnie, Maryland, and Baltimore, Maryland.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Maryland.
There are like there's wilderness, but you have to go to it. Do you know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Yeah, and
like out here, you don't have to go to the wilderness. Like you're just in the wilderness, and sometimes you're in town. That, you know what
and I mean, our town is in a wilderness. I mean, there are just deer out here just in the road.
Yeah, like you would never see a deer in the road.
You'll see a deer at Fred Meyer, like possibly.
Yeah.
That's possible 100%. Here.
Like it is possible, and that's why it's so funny when people come visit me and we're riding down the road and they're like, "That's a deer! That's a deer!" I'm like, "Yeah, dude, that's a deer. Should we get the 30-06? What are we doing here? Like, are we hunting or?" Fuck, man.
That's kind of crazy, man. It's like
it's annoying. There's so many deer. You can't point out all the deer. It's frustrating.
And I guess I understand too. Like you and me were talking about the, because that's how I feel for hunting too. It's like I just don't want to be that guy.
No, yeah.
And I don't need it.
No.
See, that's the thing. Is like if I was hungry and I needed to eat, then I would do it. But
right.
if I'm just like, well, you know, I'm kind of bored, I'm gonna go.
Or
fucking...
if I didn't have a lot of money and I like, you know what I mean? Like, cause I know some people who hunt and most people that I know that hunt do it because it's like you can save so much money on meat if you hunt, but they're also not hunting like fucking young deer, you know what I mean? You hunt the older ones that have been around for a while, so that way they don't you're not just you want to have more deer, but you also don't want to have so many deer. You want to take part in your ecology, kind of.
Okay,
you know what I mean? Like you want to be part of nature. Naturally, humans agriculture isn't necessarily like natural. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like normally we would hunt animals, not just eat processed meat and shit. It's a lot better for you to hunt.
The processed meat thing is really kind of a trip, man. Like, it's just so easy. I think that's the hardest thing. I've been able to get rid of it for the most part, but it's like, dude, it's taken me so many years, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
and it feels so good to eat some processed meat sometimes, dude. Like I fuck with it. Like I'm not saying I don't.
Or just to even just drink some corn syrup.
Oh yeah. Oh doggy.
So, you know,
you ever go to Denny's? Oh. Just everything at Denny's is fucking bad for you.
Oh,
I will eat a scramble and some pancakes.
I hate Denny's so much. I hate Denny's. Yeah. Me and Theo Vaughn definitely share a similarity in hating Denny's. I'm
a Waffle House man more than I am a Denny's man, but that's because in the South there are Waffle Houses.
Waffle houses. So I'm definitely like a more of a. Have you ever been to Calico Kitchen?
I have.
Before that place, I think they changed it. It's something different now.
Yeah, it's the same name, but it's a little different though.
Something like that, or it might even be a different name. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But it was right there on Division.
Yeah.
But like that spot, I really, especially for breakfast, like going to like a local spot.
Oh yeah.
You know, because it just seems like Wall Street Diner.
Yeah.
Like I'll go over to that spot.
I like Waffles. Waffles Plus.
Waffles Plus.
Dude,
I
Waffles
fucking
Plus is,
love
yeah,
that
Waffles
place,
Plus
dude.
is the shit.
And they got a lot more than waffles.
They do.
That's
Plus.
the plus.
No one told me that. I thought it was just. You know what I thought it was? Is just waffles came with every meal.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It was not that, but I was still happy to have the food they had. It was
But I mean,
great.
you probably could get waffles with every meal.
Oh yeah, it's
they
an
got
add-on.
waffles there.
That is 100% factual. You can get a side of waffles, 100%.
Which is actually better.
Yeah.
Because then there's a lot more choice there.
I don't want waffles, just waffles.
But
I need my eggs and bacon and hash browns.
But you've had chicken and waffles.
Oh yeah. Fried chicken and waffles is the shit.
Just a weird combination. You wouldn't think.
Maple goes so good on so many things too. Like the syrup that you can put on there a little bit is solid. Like,
on chicken is good. Is there anything else that you've tried it with that is
you can
good?
get a little spice on there too if you want, like on the chicken.
Yeah.
Like throw a little spice, and then like your pancakes have like a spicy mapley feel.
But
to
is there like anything else that you've put maple syrup on?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. That's been.
Oh well, so it depends. If I'm cooking certain meats, I'll put a little maple syrup on them if I want them a sweeter feel. Not maple, but like not Buttersworth, dog. We're talking like good maple syrup.
Like from the tree,
Farmer's
like the
market.
glass bottle.
Yeah.
Comes in like an unmarked label.
Orphan Tears sized bottle, like very small.
like a water from a glacier in Alaska.
I hadn't touched water where there's no other water products. Yeah, that's what I would like.
Dude, I don't know, man. There is something to be said about a really nice handcrafted syrup.
No, yeah, it's nice, especially because you can get them in such. They like come in like shot, like sized bottles sometimes. And you're like, I'm never gonna take a shot of maple syrup, and then you're like, ah.
It reminds me of Super Troopers.
Oh yeah.
When they had to chug when they were
maple
chugging
syrup.
the fucking syrup.
Yeah. That's so much to. So, I mean, syrup is one of my favorite things, but it has to be on the right thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like peanut butter goes with jelly, syrup goes with breakfast. I like breakfast, or I like if I'm marinating, I'll use it in marinades.
What a
Like
trip
marinade
that they fucking found out, like what goes good with like breakfast and what goes
True.
good with, like this is what we eat for dinner.
Well, I
this
think
is
a lot
dinner
of it was
food.
programming. You know what I mean? They were like, I think like waffle companies wanted to sell, or like bacon companies wanted to sell like a certain feeling, and they were like, eggs and bacon in the morning, and then they started advertising it, and then we were like, yeah, for sure, eggs and bacon, that's a morning food.
Dude, that right there,
Like,
in like the programming, you're right.
they were
Because
just like, that's what it is.
eggs and bacon, you could eat it any time of day. But we like live and die now that
Yeah.
that's a breakfast. Like,
But guess what? Put those same eggs and bacon on a burger, and now you have dinner food. Yeah, isn't that fucked up? Why is that? I would love to eat that in the morning.
oh, that's so true. That's so true. And I mean, chicken and waffles. Like, what is that? Is that breakfast food?
That's a true combo. They can eat at any time of the day, really.
So the place that I went here that has that is the Brunchette. I don't know if you've ever been there, but it's right over next to Charlie's on Monroe. It's right next to the
Monroe's. I love Monroe Street.
It's right next to
Everything
the
on Monroe's
courthouse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know where Charlie's is? It's
I know.
got
Is
the
it
guy
kind of close to Tees?
the
Yeah.
guy with yeah. He's got a cigar, a little guy. It's like
Yeah,
been
yeah.
there forever.
Oh fuck yeah.
And I think it's actually just right around the corner from Tees.
Okay.
Is the Brunchette.
I'll have to go to brunch.
You really fucking should, dude. They got their chicken and waffles is off the chain,
Yeah.
dude. There's another spot too. What's that spot downtown? It's called Incrediburger.
Oh, I've never been Incrediburger and eggs.
That's what it is, and eggs.
Yeah, and you know what? I've never been in there. Is I used to make a joke about them when I used to do comedy at fucking Nito Burrito. They're like across the street, and I'd be like Incrediburger and egg. That doesn't make sense because like you already have Incrediburger. If you're adding the eggs, the Incrediburger can't be that incredible. Like that doesn't fucking like even make sense. Like you already have the Incrediburger, bro. Like chill out with the eggs. You're winning, bro.
That's a good fucking joke, man.
That's fucked up, man. You don't need eggs.
I really like that one, dude.
Yeah, so that was so ever since then I've never been there.
Because you're like, oh, I talk shit.
Yeah,
I
talk
feel
shit
guilty.
there. I feel bad. I'm like, I can't go in here.
What are your some of your like favorite comedy movies?
Some of my favorite. I really like Tommy Boy.
Oh God,
Like one of my favorite fucking movies.
Did Chris Farley do stand up?
Yeah, he did some stand up, but he mainly did improv and like sketches on SNL.
Because he was more physical and
he wasn't even like a stand up guy. He didn't do stand up, and then like he just was so good at improvising. He started at Second City in Chicago, And then ever since then, he got picked up on SNL or whatever and just kept fucking vibing from there.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Some of those guys, it seems like those guys that go real fast like that move real fast, they don't need to write it down.
Yeah, I feel like, well, they can't just go up there and just, like, you can only do that for, like, it's so physical. You know what I mean? That's why Robin Williams is so incredible, because he was just so fast-paced for an hour.
Yeah.
But Robin Williams did a lot of coke. And Chris Farley did a lot of coke.
And
so,
I did not,
you know what I mean? Like,
I didn't know that Robin Williams did a lot of coke. Like, because
Yeah.
whenever you see somebody in, like, family movies.
no, well, he didn't. I think he was sober then,
But still.
yeah.
You're like, wow, that guy did a lot of blow and,
Yeah,
like,
you wouldn't think.
and a lot of other things, I'm
RV?
sure.
You know what I mean? You wouldn't think he was.
RV.
Yeah. That was a family movie.
What was that? What was it? Fucking.
Miss
wasn't there one-
Doubtfire?
Wasn't there one called, like, fucking Patch Adams?
Patch Adams,
It was like,
yeah.
He was like cancer kids and like, you know what I mean? It was like heart touching.
Yeah,
Jack.
very heart-touching. What's the Good Will Hunting? Great kids movie.
Great kids movie.
Kids love Good Will Hunting.
Dog, it was for me it was Jack. I don't know if you ever saw Jack, but it was like when he was like a mentally challenged like older kid. Or he was like a grown man that had like the brain of a child.
I haven't seen that.
Oh my god, bro. It is a trip.
Damn.
Yeah, and he's like a grown dude. He's Rob Williams, hairy.
Yeah.
And he's like a kid. He's
playing a child?
Yeah.
Wow.
And he's like at school with these kids and they're like, you're weird, and like, you know what I mean? It's him coping with all this shit, and like he goes he's allowed to get into a strip club and shit because he's just like older looking and shit, and like it's just it is really a trip, dude. If you want to watch it.
Is it a comedy movie? Or is it not a comedy movie?
I don't even know if it's a comedy movie. I mean, when Robin Williams is in it, you think there's got to be some comedy, but
oh yeah, well, Good Will Hunting.
No comedy.
Folks at home, just in case you haven't seen it, not extraordinarily funny.
No,
not for him at least.
Except for if there is comedy, it doesn't come from Robin Williams.
No, not at all.
Like it comes from. How about them apples?
Yeah, or when he was like. I mean, the whole entire idea of the movie is kind of funny. Like, this guy's just, like, chilling as a janitor, and he's like, yeah, and during this free time, I solve fucking equations. You're like, why would
he's a fucking genius. Yeah, that is true.
Like, you're going to, like, if you're a genius, hallelujah, glory, you know, great, but come on, man. You can do whatever you want. You're a genius. Why are you know what I mean? I don't know.
I think that is kind of a cool thing to think about, and that's why that was a popular movie, is because it was like.
Wow. It's like
Are they
okay?
There's people in my neighborhood fucking on fire right now somewhere. I don't know.
That wasn't. He sounds
terrifying.
Doesn't sound happy.
I hopefully there's not something coming for us.
Yeah, if they are though. If this is a zombie apocalypse on this podcast, that'd be crazy.
Bro, it kind of feels like it, bro. We got the lawnmower going. We got kids are screaming at the top of their lungs.
That sounds like a 20-year-old man screaming. That is a child going through puberty for sure.
I'm not going to lie, bro. That is literally...
Oh, it's the adult screaming back at the child.
That is literally what the cats in my neighborhood sound like, bro. That is literally...
Man, that was intense.
That was a...
Man, that baby is feeling it right now.
Bro.
My 3-year-old niece is going through a crying stage. She wakes up in the morning and cries, and she goes to sleep and cries.
Really?
Every night.
I don't remember crying. But I know I did it.
I mean... I remember crying as an adult, but not as a child.
Not as a child.
I thought you were about to say, I never did it, dude. Never felt one. I'm like, all right, that's impressive, man. How do you guys so hardcore right now? Yeah, for sure, man. No, I don't remember crying as a child like at all.
Yeah, me neither, dude.
But I don't remember.
I rember like one time my mom wanted, like, she was like, I'm going to spank you, right? And I was like such a salesman. I like sold her into letting me spank myself. I was like, but I'll do a good job. Mom, I'll be thorough. Trust me.
This butt will be very red.
Yeah, like she was just like, okay, like, you know, like I could sell my mom, and like I feel like that's really where I first got it was.
I sold my mom into thinking that I was sick plenty of times.
Oh, that was the best.
Yeah, when I was like, Mom, one time I told my mom I couldn't walk. I was like, Mom, my legs are fucked up.
And who's to say you can't act?
That's what I'm saying.
Right, we've acted so much.
Many acting times, yes. I could act if I wanted to. One time when I was a kid, when I was in middle school, I did theater, and then I used to audition for stuff when I lived in New Orleans, and I was in a movie that Spike Lee directed called Miracle at St. Anna. But it's like it's a close up on my face for like 8 seconds in the movie, and I'm in the background for a little bit.
Still, there's a close up on your face.
Yeah, for a touch.
In a Spike Lee movie.
Spike Lee was super cool. He was
That is
super nice.
fucking so cool, man.
Yeah, and it was with that guy who's in.
So you're a child actor.
I was a child actor. Thank God I wasn't on Disney Channel though, because that would be. I don't think that would work out well.
No, probably.
They don't seem to work out well. They don't pan out well.
No, I mean,
Some of them do.
Hannah Montana.
Facts, dude.
You know?
Miley Cyrus did okay.
She
She had a
living-
couple rough years.
She
but
living
she
her
did
best
okay.
life, and
She
we've
really
all
is.
had a couple rough years. I
That's
just
true.
feel like those people have them publicly.
Yeah,
which
that's
is
a good point.
terrifying.
Oh, I would hate to have my.
Could
worst
you
years
imagine
publicly,
having
yeah.
your just worst years just on document, on
Yeah.
public record?
and all the pictures?
Like,
and
let's
the,
go back and watch Rob suck at life at any time.
At any moment on YouTube, yeah.
Now you can just deny everything.
That's a good point. I
You're
can
like,
deny most things.
I
Yeah.
haven't. Well, what?
What are you talking
Cry? I never cried as a child.
Who's
I
crying? I don't know. Met the guy.
don't remember that.
Yeah, not once.
Cry as an adult, definitely.
Yeah, 100%.
Life is sad when you're
Yeah.
when you're grown.
Life is sad. Yeah, you get grown up. You're like, God, this is being poor things.
Like
rough,
when you
huh?"
think about it, you
Yeah.
could really cry.
Yeah, you can cry a little bit. Yeah, I feel like sometimes I get like when I used to get my like bill, like I used to get bar tabs when I would go out first start drinking, and I wouldn't realize like I wasn't good at drinking, so I would just get hammered, and then I'd be like,
I wasn't good at drinking, so
Oh.
I just get hammered.
yeah, you have to train. You know what I mean? If you want to be a good, you got to train. So then I would see the bar tab because I'd always leave my card and come back with the 18% tip. And I'm like, whoa, you
Yeah.
know, like it's never good, but you learn.
Yeah, I mean, it's
pours.
the bar tab thing is definitely like I went for a while without
We get
tipping at
crying.
all. I was like tipping.
Yeah.
That guy didn't do shit. Okay, thanks for my drinks.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh,
Right.
oh.
Yeah. The more you get older, you're like,
You,
shit,
you
it's not too
understand a
bad.
little
Mhm.
bit, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I always tipped good, but then it was always like I ordered $70 worth of drinks, and then the 18% automatic. You're like, oh fuck, that was a lot.
What's automatic? What's automatic?
Yeah,
Motherfuckers
automatic.
take it automatic?
Yeah, so if you leave your card there overnight, it's
Okay.
usually like an 18%.
Okay, yeah,
Which
that's
is
right.
fine. Like I would tip them well if I had to come pick it up in the morning. I'm always gonna tip you well, but
Of course.
it's just like rough to see it in the morning. Like, oh my god.
Dude, I feel like it's like
You know what I mean?
it's pretty rough when you leave your card there.
Yeah, like if you leave your card there, you're satisfactory drunk.
And
Like,
you have to
you're
like
feeling it for
but
sure.
the next morning you're very distraught. When you wake
Yeah.
up and you look in your wallet and you're like,
Hopefully you just remember that like the last place you were was the last place you were. You know
and
what I mean?
That's why anytime they say you want to leave it open, I say no.
Yeah, but then I feel like a dick when I have to come back up and reopen all the time.
I'll just
though.
keep doing that, bro.
I
Every
carry
time.
cash as much as I can.
Me, and I try to do cash too,
Yeah.
but I
But
really
then
don't.
Also, like you shouldn't have cash on you.
I
that much,
know,
You know what I mean?
for a fact that if I leave it open, I'm fucking leaving it, dude.
Oh yeah.
I'm leaving it. They're gonna
Well-
be like, guys, we're going over here, man. We're going
Yeah.
for Zimmerman's, man. I'm just
Oh,
like, all
yeah.
right, we're gone. See
And
ya.
I'm fucked. Yeah. And there's sometimes you're going between places. You know what I mean? Like sometimes back when comedy was happening, I would go to Mootsy's and Lucky's, kind of back and forth.
Oh yeah,
and
jump
then I'd
around.
be like, and then oh fuck, my card's over there, my card's over here.
It's over at one of these two
Yeah.
places.
Yeah, at least if I stick to 2 or 3 places, then I'll be like, all right, if I'm real drunk, I'll go to the Satellite and get some food.
Not to
You know?
not to like choose favorites, but what's like one of your favorite places to just grab a beer, grab some food around
Oh,
around
man.
town.
Grab some beer and some food around town. Probably, I really like to go to Cochinito, down on that's over on the division of like that's they have tacos and food there, but it's like really good tacos.
Oh, it starts with a C.
Yeah, Cochinita.
You're probably saying it right, and that's why I didn't even catch it. It's
Yeah.
got the little pig.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, I have had that place. That place is amazing
That
with their
place
tacos.
is sick. I love the tacos there, and sometimes I'll catch a beer. But then, if I just want to go, like, I really like the Satellite to go just hang out.
Oh,
in
the
there.
Satellite is so
You see some characters in there. It's fun.
and it's just like the vibe is right.
Mhm.
Like you go in there, you sit down, everybody's
Yeah.
cool.
Also, if you want to be by yourself, you can be by yourself. Like sometimes when I'm during the day, I'm a big day. Like I'll go out in the daytime and do shit. And so because I'll be working at 6 o'clock, so I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna go out, ride my bike downtown. I'll lock it up outside, and then I'll just like listen to a podcast or read a book and drink a couple beers.
that's fucking awesome, dude.
I like doing that. Or O'Doul's, dude. Not O'Doul's. Fucking O'Doherty's.
I was like O'Doul, so you have a nice little unalcoholic beverage
Yeah, why not?
during the day.
Yeah. No, O'Doherty's
I
downtown.
love O'Doherty's.
That's another place I would
My
do that at.
favorite thing about O'Doherty's is that you can put $1 on the wall if you get up and you sing
Yeah.
something in front of people.
Oh yeah. That's
like,
fun, dude.
Like
That's
if
a
you
fun
embarrass
vibe.
yourself, if you get up, then it's like then you get to do something. There's some type of
You get a reward for it.
you get a reward for it, and
Yeah.
it's a reward that you get to come back 2 years later and say, there it is.
Yeah. I was really hammered that night.
There's my $1. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so unique and cool. I love that place,
Yeah.
man.
O'Doherty's is fun. And they have good food there, like decent like grub, like not, like the fries are fucking sick. They have cheese fries and like fucking little sausages and stuff. It's a solid place.
Dude, you get that it's the Reuben.
Oh,
The
yeah,
Reuben sandwich. Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really want to go to Ireland, England.
I'd love to go to Ireland.
Wherever they got the old mossy castles and shit. That's
Scotland.
Scotland.
Scotland would slap, yeah.
Because how many fucking times? Like, do you know what's your
Heritage?
fucking heritage? That's the word.
Like I think German and Irish.
Because everybody fucking asks you, right? You're Irish?
Yeah, you're Irish, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, I'm like half, but I've never taken like any of the genealogy tests or anything. It kind of freaks me out a little. I don't know.
Like to give somebody your spit?
Yeah, I'm like, I'll give somebody my spit, but like, that's a little different. I'm not gonna give you my spit in a jar for you can test me, dude.
That's kind of weird, right?
I don't want them to test me and be like all up in my shit. I don't know.
I mean, it's just
they have that lab record.
To me, it's a trip that they can test you and find out where the fuck what your heritage is.
How the fuck does that work? Yeah. How do they even get to the bottom?
Or
of
are they just real fucking confident?
Yeah.
And they're just like, yeah, Scotland. Dude.
I bet that is. They just look at a picture of you. They don't even. They're like just look at a picture and they're like, yeah, you look Scottish to me.
Because you would not even think to guess. Was it called 23andMe? Forever 21? What is it called? Yeah.
Forever 21. I think 21 Forever.
21 Forever? You're just like, listen, that's bullshit, bro. I'm English. I tested you.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
Yeah, sorry, buddy. That doesn't make sense. I don't know how they do that, but I think like you said earlier, like ignorance is bliss. I just like thinking I'm Irish.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, and it fits when people ask. It's like, yeah, I'm Irish.
Yeah, like I don't know for sure, but I like thinking it is.
I'll tell you that in Spokane, there's a lot of really, really white guys that love to say I'm like 5% Native American.
That's true. I don't think I have any Native American.
I'm Cherokee, bro. Like after they like made like a horrible joke, and you're just like,
say something real nasty about Native American people, and you're like, that doesn't excuse that.
Dude, I'm 5%, bro. My family's a part of the tribe. I'm
just man, I get money every year for the small amount. Dude, that's the thing is like you like that's ridiculous. Because you see like you can't be saying that. You're so incredibly white, you can't possibly.
Yeah, and I mean
that's how that works.
That's kind of where it just gets murky when you're trying to figure out your you have numbers. Yeah, I got my numbers, man. I'm 5%.
Like, who cares whatever percentage you are? Just what are you like? Just chill, man. Chill.
You know, and when it says like I'm .8 African. It's like I know I'm not African.
Yeah.
Or maybe everybody came from Africa in the very beginning or whatever.
Right.
I don't know.
I feel like I'm just like mainly like dumb most of the part. I don't think it's
very
like,
very pasty.
You know what I mean?
Like I have rigorous precautions that must be taken on a daily summer basis.
Yeah. I'm obviously not Native American or African if I'm putting on like banana boat every day.
Dude, my mom, I don't know if your parents are crazy, but my mom is just like, are you wearing your sunscreen? Are you wearing it? Do you have it on? Like, are you wearing it right now? Zach, even if it's cloudy, it's still getting you.
Yeah. Well, when I go skiing, I'll go skiing and my parents will be like, you have sunscreen on? I'm like, no, I don't have sunscreen on. My entire face is covered by a fucking thing and I've got masks. I don't know. None of my body is showing. Why would I have sunscreen on? They're like, you never know. And I'm like, no, I know that I don't need that. Like, it's ridiculous.
Dude, I didn't know that you could get, people say that you could get, like, you still get UV rays and you can still get shit, like, when it's cloudy. I didn't fucking know that.
You definitely can get burned if you're skiing, but, like, it's so cold up there when I ski. I don't really want my face showing at all because it's just, my face gets cold.
So my parents actually took me up to Reno one time. We went up to fucking whatever that place is, Lake Tahoe.
Yeah, Lake Tahoe, yeah.
And, dude, my parents brought me, irresponsible. Brought me up to Lake Tahoe, didn't put any sunscreen on me. Burned my face to like a fucking, like, it burned my face to like a medical level.
Yeah.
Where they had to like put on silver shit on my face. And like I just sat in a room watching VHS movies and they just went out and gallivanted. And I was just fucking stuck at the house, man. And like that's really when I knew. I was like, dude, I'm a special breed.
Yeah, man. You definitely have to like, it's crazy when you're going out with your friends and like everybody's out for just forever and they're just not putting on sunscreen. And I'm like, I'm gonna like go pee real quick, and just you're like covering yourself in spray tan. I have like, I'll go everywhere with like bottles of sunscreen and like one bottle of aloe because you just never know.
No, that aloe, bro. That aloe comes in. It's so nice, dude. It's so nice, man.
Throw some aloe on there, rub up the aloe. Sometimes you gotta take a cold shower when you get those. Like I've gotten so burned, I got blisters, dude. You gotta fucking.
No, yeah.
It's rough.
blisters.
Yeah, straight up like.
Bro, and some people could just lay out all day. It's because
my
our
Italian
skin,
friends just fucking bake.
our skin just I guess it just soaks it up
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah. Well, I think we just got sensitive skin, but that also it's I put lotion on too, so like it's smooth. I don't know.
Very smooth.
It's like at least I'm feeling good.
Silky smooth.
Silky. It is what it is. But I can also put on tanning lotion, and that doesn't work either. So I might as well put on sunscreen.
My silky ginger friend. Thank you, dude.
Yeah.
I appreciate you fucking coming on here, dude.
Dude, thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, dude. Of course, man. Give me those dates again for your shows.
I got September 25th. I got over at Shooters in Lewiston. Shooters. And also fucking August 25th over at Jeremiah Johnston Brewing. And then I got my podcast, Possumcast. That's on like Apple, Spotify, all that shit.
And didn't you say you were just on a podcast today?
I was on this podcast with Frank Sinclair. It's not this podcast. The podcast is called This Podcast.
Okay.
So check that out.
Oh man, that's dope, dude. I think that we just need to shine a light on more podcasts and more people that are out here, especially comedians, man. And you guys are like the light of life, especially during times like
the
this.
music is important too, man. You gotta have the music. It's always uplifting, bro. Make some good music.
And the movies.
And
music,
the
movies, comedy.
Movies, comedy, plays.
We're bringing it together.
Theater, all of it. Boom.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
All right, brother.
All right,
all right guys. Peace.
Laters.
Yo, I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah, growing up, like I went to high school there, and there's all kind like Moose would come onto the campus, and they'd be like, "Students, if you could just stay inside, there's a moose on campus. Do not worry, it will be gone in about 20, 30 minutes." But the moose is definitely fucked some monkeys.
Whoa.
Yeah, I mean, I remember crying